Caroline Leavitt continues to confirm to the American public that she has a basic misunderstanding of how government works. Watch this clip.
Has ruled that tens of thousands of fired federal workers must be reinstated immediately. Okay, Karen, how are you going to fight that?
Well, let's talk about the absurdity of this, Stu. You have a single lower district court judge who ruled that all of these individuals need to be rehired, just usurping the executive authority of President Trump to fire federal workers. This cannot be allowed to happen. This ruling was unconstitutional. The White House and the Trump administration are prepared to fight back.
Caroline, what's absurd is that the judge ruled that the firings were unconstitutional. What's absurd is that you don't understand that there are three equal co-branches of government. That's the absurd part. But you continue to get on Fox News and feed the rubes this bullshit, watered down, authoritarian word salad. And this is insanity. You have members of MAGA that are cheerleading 10,000 American workers getting fired. And most of these services are there to keep you safe, to make sure government is transparent, to make sure airplanes don't fall out of the sky. But these dipshits, I mean, they want to consolidate power to the two most incompetent people on the planet. I want to remind everybody, at the top of the ticket, we've got Donald Trump, a man that wears a full face of makeup, that is a convicted felon. Below that, we have Elon Musk, who is a taxpayer-funded welfare queen, a billionaire off of our money, who is an untreated drug addict. Then you have J.D. Vance, who is a yassified, failed drag queen, also, I believe, to be a Nazi, as is Elon Musk. And then right below that, you have Moses Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, who lives with some closeted evangelical preacher, and they have slumber parties all the time in some condo. And I just want to remind everybody, every time you have a group of white evangelical men sitting around talking about how they're not gay, they're probably gay, and they're probably doing gay stuff. This is who is running the government right now. And Caroline Leavitt is dumber than a box of hot rocks.
My question when I heard this is, do you think she knows that what the court said was that Trump's behavior is unconstitutional, or she's projecting? Or do you think she really doesn't know?
Whether she knows or doesn't know is irrelevant. What is relevant is that they have a message, and the message is we are autocrats and we are going to gaslight the American public. What she knows or what she doesn't know, I don't give a shit about. But across the board, they are using these cult-like tactics to make the American public disbelieve that these agencies are helpful. They did it with the FBI. They did it with the Department of Justice. They did it with Congress. Congress is all but ceding their power, their co-equal branch. And now they're doing it with the judiciary. They're trying to badmouth the judicial branch because that is the only guardrail that remains, because everybody in Congress is too cowardice to address it. So what Caroline Leavitt believes or doesn't believe is irrelevant to the central messaging that this administration is perpetrating a complete dismantling of the American government. Everybody is on the same message all the time because they're a petri dish of sociopaths, all of them.
They absolutely are a petri dish of sociopaths. And the fact that we know he's going to appeal it to the Supreme Court, and are we going to be holding our breath that the handmaid saves democracy? I mean, it's so nerve-wracking because Donald Trump and MAGA has infiltrated the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. I mean, it's scary. It is terrifying to think what's going to happen if all of these policies, if the law is ignored and they continue to turn this government into an autocracy.
Well, I think it's already happening. I mean, I think you have the corruption is on full display. The Tesla car commercial, the quid pro quo with that. He does a car commercial for Elon Musk. Elon Musk gives him $100 million. I mean, it is just blatant corruption at a degree we've never seen in this country before, not to mention the pardoning of all of the January 6th criminals. And then he appoints a Russian asset, Tulsi Gabbard, and you have all these Republicans that capitulated and voted for her. I mean, so I think we're already like 75% to an autocracy. So their central messaging right now is beat up the judiciary as best we can. And this is a play out of Donald Trump's playbook.
Right.
They're after me. It's a witch hunt. I'm a victim. I don't have to be accountable, which is amazing to me that Americans allow for this, that we're supposed to believe in accountability and transparency for everybody on the planet, except for that motherfucker. It just blows my mind. All right, next up, we have Donald Trump, who, as we all know, is not a lover of animals, but this really gets in my craw. So on March 13th, he's posing in the Oval Office. Happy Canine Veterans Day to all of our heroic working dogs, including Conan, who fearlessly participated in the military operation that ended ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Do you remember how he said that when he did that in 2019? So here he is with this little patriot canine who fought terrorism, right? And then DOGE has cut TSA has cut K9 bomb sniffing units as the White House celebrates K9 Veterans Day. From TSA security operations, national explosives detection, K9 team programs, they have cut vet visits, kenneling, and dog food has been put on hold, effective immediately. These people are such sociopaths, and they're so depraved that they are cutting funding for these fucking dogs. And I don't know what the bottom is for these MAGA supporters. I do not understand how there are still people that get on the World Wide Web that are like, MAGA, go Trump. We love our president. It blows my mind.
What's so amazing is if you're a veteran or you have veteran benefits, the Republican Party from soup to nuts has never supported you in anything. And this administration, firing veterans, suicide hotline, everything they do is against veterans. It is unbelievable that they do it to people. Now they're doing it to dogs. Like you said, there is no bottom to what they will do for people who serve this country, people and animals, I should say.
Yeah, and I've had it. I have had it with MAGA people that are racist yet enjoy sporting events that are dominated by African Americans. I've had it with MAGA people that claim to be animal lovers and love the military, and they probably celebrate these cuts of dog food and veterinary services to these dogs. It's just, it's the depravity and the moral bankruptcy and just how diabolical these people are is truly disgusting. No wonder every other country on the planet hates us except for Russia. And he hates us so much, he wanted to destroy us.
Right.
And he's been successful. Next up, we have dipshit Pam Bondi, further proving what a dipshit she is.
People were locking up on that. We have someone in jail right now from one of the dealerships. They threw a Molotov cocktail through a dealership. They're looking at up to 20 years in prison. So if you're going to touch a Tesla, go to a dealership, do anything, you better watch out because we're coming after you.
Wow.
And
Well,
if you're
yep.
funding this, we're coming after you. We're going to find out who you are.
So, I mean,
Here's my question. Are you doing this for all property crimes or just Tesla? It is unbelievable. We have car commercials for Tesla. Elon Musk owns Tesla. Elon Musk owns Trump. And now we've got the Attorney General of the United States going on the rounds of Fox News talking about what they're going to do to people that harm Tesla cars. I'm anti-property crime, but this is bullshit. It's selective prosecution. It's fascism. Everything about this is wrong. And I have seen her more on Fox News than probably she's been in her office. She is on there every night shilling for Donald Trump. It is gross. She is unqualified, and she is selectively prosecuting fucking property crimes on behalf of Donald Trump.
Well, do you remember that during Trump's first term, he had a hard time understanding that the attorney general wasn't his personal attorney. And he had a hard time understanding that the FBI wasn't his personal goon squad. And he told one of the generals, I want the generals like Hitler had. So it makes perfect sense that from Trump 1.0 to Trump 2.0, the rapid speed in which they're moving, and the people whom they selected. He wanted to select people that were loyal to him and him alone. And then you have this dark, shadowy figure too, actually, Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin, that cower over Trump constantly. So it makes sense that he would extend Pam Bondi to Elon Musk because he sees Pam Bondi as his personal attorney, and Elon Musk would see her as such. And that's just how he did. He learned from his first term. He learned how to be more corrupt. And that's why we're seeing this at lightning speed. They're going to break it as quickly as they can, which brings me to Sean Duffy. Sean Duffy is the Secretary of Transportation. We have had all these plane crashes nonstop. Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden were hiring more air traffic controllers. Elon Musk and Sean Duffy got into a huge fight in the cabinet meeting. And Sean Duffy was saying, I don't want to fire air traffic controllers. You know, the planes are crashing, and Elon Musk's like, you need to fire them. You need to hire high IQ air traffic controllers. They have this weird thing about the high IQ, which, if you ask me, thou doth protest too much. I think Elon Musk on some ketamine bender one night did one of those IQ tests online. I think we hit like a double digit. Trump probably did something similar. And now they're on this high IQ thing. So listen to Sean Duffy, who is already in just 40 days that he's been Secretary of Transportation. I don't know how many days he's been confirmed. He's already been an abject failure. I mean, Transportation Department is completely 180-degree turn from the way that Pete Buttigieg ran it. He's a complete failure. And listen to this thinly veiled, not so thinly veiled, racist attack on air traffic controllers. This is what MAGA does. They never take personal accountability. They always blame marginalized group, and their favorite target are people that have melanin in their skin. Watch this clip.
Should do an investigation. I want to know, are there DI practices still in place? Because the president has been incredibly clear. He wants the best and the brightest air traffic controllers controlling our skies. I agree with him on that. So we're going to do an OIG investigation. We're going to have we're working with a law firm who's going to do an independent investigation into our air traffic.
Number one, the reason, if you were to conduct an objective investigation, it would be determined that you shouldn't have fired the air traffic controllers that you fired. It would be determined that you wouldn't defund air traffic controllers as Elon Musk has done. What happens when you do that? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And now there's a lot of people who lost a lot of people they love on a routine American Airlines flight from Kansas to Washington, D.C. And these people lost something incredibly important to them, something they treasure that they're never going to get back because of the greed and the corruption of this administration. Sean Duffy is complicit. If he had any decency, he would resign from his job immediately, go to Congress, and tell all about the blatant corruption and the dangerous practices of this administration. They are tearing down the country with impunity. It is absolutely abhorrent and disgusting. And I want to remind you, they won't even feed their dogs. They won't feed the dogs. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you all later.